Mailbag time. A couple of interesting things in here. Make sure you stick around and find out what they are. And don't forget to click like and subscribe, just like my desk says. That's a cable. I think that's 2.5mm, not 2.1. I think that's 2.5. So that's like probably a 1 meter cable or something like that. Now, what did I buy this for? It's for a project. Okay, to make sure. So this is a SSD shield for Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, and this is what my web server runs on. So I've got that. Yep, 2.5mm. Excellent. So that's what I thought it was. I was trying to figure it out. So yeah, 2.5mm cable. The idea was I was going to cut this in half and have a long cable going to my server, and because I was going to build a second server up and stuff like that. So I've got all this project where I was going to build a web server into a big box and stuff like that. So the web server box is going to have like internal power supplies. So I was going to have like 240 volt power supplies in there, dropping it down to 5 volts, which is what I needed these cables for, and as well as 12 volts as well to run monitor and things like that. So I was going to have all built into one box. So all I've got is some USB ports on the front of it and that sort of stuff, and some power outputs to do charging of the bits of equipment it uses. So yeah, anyway, that's another thing. That was a bit useful. Look at that, didn't do anything. Oh no, I'm going to have to use a real knife. Got tape all over it. And again. It's a bunch of deep sockets. So there'll be links for this thing down below. So we got 8mm, 6, 12, 14, 10 and 17. Now, I did have a reason for buying these. I don't remember what it was, but I had a reason. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Ah, 86.6K 0603 resistors. Excellent. These are for my project. I really hope these are the right ones. So these are for a project which I'm building, which is to make a special probe for my Siglent oscilloscope. Someone came up with a design for a logic analyzer probe for it, for the MSO option. The original Siglent option is great. It's like it's really high quality, but it's expensive. You know, someone came up with a DIY option. A few people figured out a way of doing it, and they did it on the EV blog forum. And I've been getting together all the bits I need to make my own version of it using their design. I think I've got all the bits now, so that'll be something I'll do soon. Maybe check out links down below for anything you see here which you may be interested in. This has been sent to me by someone. This isn't something I purchased. Nice. Okay, so this is a thermal imager cover for the lens. Let me grab my camera. So I was contacted by email by someone from the UK. Said, hey, can you try out this for me, because I want to know if it fits. So I said, sure. So he sent me this lens cover, which is printed in TPU, and he wanted to see if it fits on my camera, and it does, because he actually sells these on eBay. Right, so there'll be a link down below to these little lens covers. So if you've got one of these UTI-260Bs, or even a few other models which are very similar to this, which have the same form factor, you've got these lens covers which he sells, and they're on eBay. So I'll chuck a link down below for that. Yeah, so thank you very much for sending it to me. That was great. So now I've got a lens cover for my camera. That's always worried me a little bit. I don't know why I didn't actually supply them with one, really. Really should have had one to start with anyway. There you go. It just drops on there nicely, so they'll work a treat. Helps stop you getting scratched, so very nice. Thank you very much. USB car charger. I think I got carried away when I was buying these things before. This one's actually packaged nicely, but it looks the same as the other ones I got, which were cheaper. This was a more expensive one, but obviously it's because it is just a nicer quality unit, I'm guessing. Just turn it on, so look. So I've got it hooked up. I'm going to use my cables, I'm not going to use the original. I've checked the fuse in this too, I have to check that. The other ones had a 10 amp fuse in, which is a bit ridiculous. So let's just try this on. This is at 6.3 volts right now. Too low for that, that's fine, I expected that. So that 8.3 is saying 8.1. 11 volts, 10.8, okay, 12 volts, 11.8, so it's reading a little bit low. So it's not super accurate, is it? 13 volts, 12.7, yeah, it's not great, is it? 14 volts, 13.8, so that's, you know, down a little bit, isn't it? Doesn't really matter that much. The main thing is the charger. I mean, having a ballpark figure of what your battery's like is probably okay, but it would have been nice to see better accuracy on these things. Let's check the fuse, see if it's a stupidly big 10 amp fuse as well. Yep, 10 amp fuse. These should not have 10 amp fuse in them. I mean, you got USB, which is stepped down. These are probably 2 amps max per socket, so 4 amps at 5 volts. Half it because you're basically doubling it, right? So let's say about 2 amps at 12 volts, you know, with a bit of losses allowed for and that sort of stuff. Should be like a 2 amp fuse in here, maybe a 3 amp fuse, not a 10 amp. So if you do get one of these things, make sure you change the fuse on it. Just for protection, you don't want this thing shoving 10 amps into this if something goes wrong. Also don't forget, although a fuse may be rated to say 5 amps or 10 amps, they would actually allow it to pass a lot more current than that for a short period of time. So 10 amps might be over half an hour. If you want it to blow within like 5 seconds, you might be drawing 20 to 25 amps through it. So consider that. It's another little hammer. Yeah, I think we carried away with that, didn't I? This is quite a nice one though. Nice little, it's like pine wooden handle. It's nicer than the last one I got. Just for doing a little bit of power beating work on cases and stuff like that. If you know you've got some small dents, you know, you all got into like a little corner you're trying to get into, then this is perfect for that. This is when I was playing with my computer trying to get a Wi-Fi card to work better. So it's got these little stick-on Wi-Fi cards as antennas. Again, so I use for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, I think. But you've got these little UFL connectors on them as well. I ended up taking that card back out again because it turned out that its range wasn't nowhere near as good as my original card. Although the original card was much slower, in many ways not as good, the original card had much better range. So I could actually link to the Wi-Fi in the motorhome with the original card, but the replacement card couldn't do it. And that's why I got all these things. I was actually going to try playing with antennas stuff like that, but in the end I got sick of it and I just took it out. So I might find a use for them one day. Alright, let's see what's going on here. I think I know what's in here. Looks like it's had a bit of, I don't know, a crashing incident on the way here. We'll see. Oh, the bag inside it. I think that's it. Right, so I purchased some CB stuff from someone recently. Found these on eBay. And I've actually been looking for a while to find some nice knobs for CB radios, right? So, you know, watching for them every once in a while and just trying to find a nice supply of them. Because you do get radios sometimes the knobs are missing or whatever, sometimes you're messing with them. And then you can't get them. So I managed to find a guy on eBay, just happened to stumble across him, and he's got all these knobs here. He's got the smaller ones here, the flat switches, got the standard pop knobs, he's got the double height ones here, got the dual knobs, small and large. Those are the main things, they're the hardest ones to get, is those. So I was really pleased to find these, so I grabbed a bunch of them whilst I could. It's also got some slider kit diodes, which are just reactor diodes, but they're a broader range of reactor. I'd like to actually see what it's got here. Can't quite read the codes, I have to look at them. Got a 11.3259 or 3258, sorry, megahertz crystal there, which is used for C radio conversions, but some radios in New Zealand need this crystal in them to work, so that's why I got that. And there's another one, same frequency. More knobs. The guy's given me some free stuff. This is bonus. Very nice. So some micas and a couple of mounting screws, stuff for transistors, and some more knobs. That was very nice of them. Excellent, because I did buy enough. and some TA7205AP or ECG1155 apparently. So look at these. These are audio amplifiers. There's actually some more he had there, which I don't know, for some reason they couldn't be shipped in a Zoom. I'm going to have to go and look at that again. Maybe contact him and ask him about that. Here we go, here's 7205 AP. So, when you get these kinds of devices, which are rare, then you should get them whilst you can, because one day you get a radio and you'll need to put one in and you won't have a device. So, let's find out what these are. In the meantime, don't forget to click like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So I've had a close look at all these diodes underneath my magnifier here, and all of them have had the markings scraped off, and I can't quite determine what they are. They start with BB, but I can't actually see the markings. The actual number has been scraped off, obviously to keep them secret, so you don't just go and buy your super slider diodes from anywhere. So it doesn't matter. I could probably actually characterise and figure out the capacitances and buy something based on that if I really wanted to. But I thought I'd get some varactor diodes because they come in handy from time to time. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Click like if you enjoyed the mailbag video. I'll catch you next one. Bye. So don't forget to subscribe, click like. That's wrong.